Step and drop. 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 Uno step and drop. Step and drop. Hey, beautiful step and drop. Step and drop. Step and drop. Uno step and drop. Step and drop. Step and drop. Step and drop. Hey, beautiful step and drop. When I talk about less crime, when I talk about more jobs, free education in the institution. First time not go not see me brothers and my sisters. Agriculture, food security, step and lock. Low income houses, support for the youth them. So uno come together hand in hand, listen to me everyone. Uno step and drop, 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 uno step and drop. Think about a better belief for you and me. So just come out and vote for the PUP. Come step on top, give them all you got. So just come out together hand in hand. Listen to me everyone. Let's go. Step and drop, step and drop, step and drop, step and drop, uno step and drop, step and drop, hey, beautiful step and drop, step and drop, step and drop, uno step and drop, step and drop, step and drop, step and drop, hey, beautiful step and drop. When I talk about less crime, when I talk about more jobs, free education in the institution. First time not go not see me brothers and my sisters. Agriculture, food security, step and lock. Low income houses, support for the youth them. So uno come together hand in hand, listen to me everyone. Uno step and track, step and track, uno step and
Step on track, 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 step on. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you tonight? It's good to be with you once again. How are you in Orange Rock? How are you in Corozal? People in Corozal, we have a special show for you. We have with us tonight a very special Corozaleño guest, and we're going to introduce him very shortly. Right before we jump into our show tonight, our Meet the Candidates 2024, let me just remind you, we are live on cable TV, we are live on Fiesta Radio, we are live on social media, we are live on Vibes Media all over the country. People are tuned in and they are making sure that they stay on track wherever it is that they are. So, the show should have again 3 segments. First segment, we talk with in this case, it normally is 2 candidates. If you notice, on Tuesday we had only 1 candidate, and that mayor talk and talk and talk and talk, and they said that I talk a lot too. But I think the mayor talk more than me. But that's exactly the purpose of the show, to have the candidates, the mayors, talk about what their plans are for their municipalities, to have them talk about what the campaign is all about, to have them talk about what's coming up in 2024, 2027. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight it's only 1 guest, and we are going to explore all of the details of what is happening in Corozal with Mayor Rigo Vellos of Team Rigo here with us live in the flesh tonight. In the 3rd segment, we're going to allow calls, and this time I promise you, even though I'm sure Mayor Rigo have one lot to say, just like Mayor Bull last time, I promise you that we're going to have those calls come in a little bit earlier in that 3rd segment. So, ladies and gentlemen, having said all of that, we are going to start our show tonight. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you're glued to your TV set. Make sure you have your radio tuned in and loud. And make sure that you're listening carefully to what the gentleman tonight is saying, because these are all things that are happening in Corozal, important things that you should make note of. So, that's our introduction. And Mayor, it is a pleasure to have you with us, Mayor Rigo, tonight. How are you feeling, sir?
The pleasure is mine. You start off very well, beating those drums. I mean, it couldn't get better, Mr. Pook, right? Always a pleasure to be in Orange Rock, feeling at home also.
Excellent. Thank you, Mayor. I was telling Mayor Bull that we are in celebratory mode because we are sure that both Corozal and Orange Rock, those PUP 7 slates are going to be the town council after the votes are counted on March the 6th. And it won't take too long. I think
that is right.
I understand that this year they're going to just move those ballots From where they are voted, wherever the voting space is, right to where the counting space is in the same schools, and the counting is going to start, and you're going to have Team Rigo, Team Rigo, Team Rigo,
There is
Team
no doubt
Rigo,
on that, Mr. Puck.
down the
Absolutely
line.
no doubt on that. I mean, the people of Corozal have shown nothing but love to this PUP Town Council and the PUP team. So I am 100% sure that we will be right back into office March 7, just like Orange Walk.
It sounds good. Just sound good. As a matter of fact, it sounds excelente. My favorite word on this show. People are telling me you repeat excellent too much. But ladies and gentlemen, it's difficult to find superlatives for what is happening in these two towns with these town council slates, because so much work has gone into the 3 years that the slates have had, and there is so much work coming up that you, the public in Corozal, in Orange Walk, and in the other municipalities around the country, because what we're talking about tonight in terms of the PUP slates having worked hard, having a lot of things that they are putting on the table for the public for this next term, that's true in Orange Walk, it's true in Corozal, and it's true in all the other municipalities. The PUP slates are hard-working slates, and those PUP slates are going to deliver to the people in 24-27. So Mayor, let's start off talking a little bit about your background, talking a little bit about you, how you came into politics. I know people in Corozal have seen you out and about, because this is is it your third, your fourth?
My third.
Your third time running.
Yes, sir.
Seeking re-election, and definitely, as we said, you're going to be re-elected. But let's go over that part. Tell us all about those things about your background, sir, to start with.
Well, in a nutshell, prior to politics, people knew me as the bodybuilder, the Belizean bodybuilder.
Belizean Arnold.
Right, correct. The Belizean Arnold. And, I just a humble guy from Corozal Town originally. Did primary school in Corozal, then moved to Belize City when my mom was working in Belize City. There is where I attended college and UB.
Okay.
I started playing football.
Okay.
That's where I started my career as an athlete. Then I started to play basketball, volleyball, and honestly, only God knows how I end up in bodybuilding. I dreamt about being probably Belize's best goalkeeper, and I end up doing bodybuilding. And it just went together with me, to be this guy who wants to go at the gym every day and excel on that particular sport. But for me, it was very important at the time because of my age.
Okay.
I was going through a lot of peer pressure, being at high school, and it allowed me to fall on the right track. It made me who I am right now. A lot of people feel like when bodybuilders are in the gym, they're carving out their muscle. It's not really carving out muscle. It's, for me, it was basically I carve out my characteristics at the gym. That's what I mean by when I say it made me who I am.
Right.
It motivated me, and it allowed me to learn things, to appreciate things, and to experience what it is to be a hard worker, to experience what it is to learn to appreciate what you have and what you work for, how special it is when you work for something. But it also allowed me to mingle around people,
Right.
special people, people that guided me, people that also I helped in the way and guided them. It motivated me and it motivated others, right? So that's basically who I was prior to politics. I've always loved to help others. Prior to politics, at my gym, at every Christmas, I used to go around different schools, and I used to share the love, the Christmas love with them by giving out gifts, giving out apples to the different schools. I used to go about doing motivational speeches at the different institutions. So that was always my passion, to give back to the community, especially knowing that, I had to leave Corozal Town and I went to a different area in Belize City where it's two different environments.
Right.
Corozal is a more laid back. Belize City, you tend to eventually be more tough. You need to be more protective, right? So eventually I decided to go back home 2011 and start all over, you know.
Okay.
And I remember when I went back to Corozal that people did not know much about bodybuilding. You know, people did not know much about the fitness world, not much about proteins and creatines and aminos, you know, and I used to talk to a lot of young people and I used to try to explain to them what it is to be an athlete, in particular in the gym, about living a healthy life,
Right.
you know, feeling motivated to go out there and be somebody very productive to your society, right? So basically that's who I was prior to politics.
What I am hearing, Mayor, is that you learned about commitment, you learned about
Hard work.
responsibility, you learned discipline.
Yes.
You learned about applying yourself. Because when you are serious with a sport, particularly with bodybuilding, where you have to be careful of what you do so that you don't overdevelop one part of your body and everything is in balance, and you have to be really committed to be working on your whole body and make sure that the muscles are where they should be and that kind of thing. The thing is, it takes that kind of commitment, and I hear somebody who looks at detail, somebody who studies things and plans in advance.
Yes.
And maybe bodybuilding isn't thought of in that way by many people, but all of those characteristics are characteristics which have helped groom you.
Well, in bodybuilding, we do plan in advance because we, especially when you're getting ready for a competition, because you have to see
Exactly.
yourself
Exactly.
as how you will look as a finished product. But you mentioned some very important words: discipline, responsible, and I would want to add one more: humble.
Right.
Those are the things when I say I was carving my characteristics. Those same characteristics I was working on, you know, and bodybuilding helped me a lot. You know, it paved my road to who I am now, and I will always appreciate. I would do absolutely nothing different from what I did through bodybuilding because it literally shaped who Rigo Vellos is right now. You know, and I appreciate that a lot. And a lot of bodybuilders go through that. And I have represented my country several times locally and internationally, especially at the Mexican side.
Okay.
Then I was one of two first Belizeans who competed at the Arnold Classic, representing Belize. Back then it was me and Miss Crisel Castillo. We
Okay.
were the first two Belizeans. I am the first Belizean who went and represented Belize at the Hercules Olympia in England and came in second, representing my country also. So those little backgrounds and what helped me. The different experiences I was gaining when I used to travel outside, not only for bodybuilding, but for other things also.
Right.
You know, and you know, those are the special moments, and like I keep saying, those are the moments that made me who I am right now.
That exposure, that ability to go outside and see what is there, how
Yes.
things are done. Another thing struck me just now as you were speaking. Bodybuilding is all about being goal-oriented. You have to think of targets that you
Yes.
want to achieve,
Yes.
and then you work to achieve those
Right.
targets. And that's precisely what you do in what you are doing as mayor of Corozal
Yes.
right now. You
And
have targets and goals that you
It
have to
teaches
plan
you.
toward.
It teaches you also that if you set a target, you have to reach that target to be able to reach the other one.
Right.
And if you don't
Right.
reach one, it's a waste of time to try to attempt the second one. And that's the same mentality I have when it comes to me being the mayor. I set targets, and I need to reach those targets, right? And I would move from the first target until I accomplish that, right? So again, it did help me.
It's one of the things that has struck me about practically all the candidates that we have had on this show. We have spoken to your councillors, we have spoken to Mayor Bull and his councillors, and I think all of them have the same kind of charism around them, that they are people that are goal-oriented, they are responsible, they are serious about what they do. They want to give to their town, and they are prepared to do so, not just in terms of education or life experience, but in terms of giving from themselves. They're willing to sacrifice
Right.
their own personal time.
Just like politics, or just like bodybuilding. When I used to do bodybuilding, I had a passion for it, meaning I used to enjoy it.
Right.
It wasn't work. And the same thing now. As mayor, I have a passion to do things for my people. I have a passion of wanting to see Corozal having a positive change. For me, it's not work. It's something that I enjoy. So I look forward to it every single day, and that's what every person needs to look at what they do. They need to enjoy it. And when you enjoy it, you accomplish things and you are successful on it also.
And I think it's something that people out there don't necessarily realize. I mean, one of the keys to the success that you have had as mayor of Corozal, I think several of your councillors spoke to, despite the fact that at the beginning it was difficult for you because I think there was you were sort of like the opposition mayor and the central government wasn't necessarily supporting you. You still got things done.
Right.
And that came from your background in sports, of all things, where you learned to persevere. Now, talking about the different things that have happened, you were mayor for a while when central government was different. 21, you won. Central government was on our side. It's our government. Tell us a bit about what this past term has been like, given all of those experiences you have had.
If there's one thing who helped me a lot is persistent. In 2018, I can clearly recall when we won and we got into office, all I found out was a bunch of bills, a huge debt,
Goodness.
a little over $3 million in debt, 2 old trucks, a machete and a rake. That's it. And I was supposed to deal with Corozal Town with those just by having that. Over $3 million in debt.
A clean house.
Yes. 2 old trucks, 1 machete, 1 rake. So with 2 old trucks that were practically broken down, I was supposed to deal with sanitation. With the machete and the rake, I was supposed to clean the parks and the drains. And the $3 million debt, I was supposed to sustain this town council. 12 years of a UDP government, it was a total mess. Literally a mess. They were literally doing nothing great, nothing good for the Corozaleños, and that happened for 12 years.
And it's important people are reminded of that.
Yes.
That is the legacy that they left at
Yes.
that time. And the people that are going around right now telling you about, they're going to, I don't know what they're promising this time.
Well, they can't promise anything because, they prove everything about them for those 12 years. There is absolutely nothing that they can come and tell me to be able to convince me that I want them back into office. 12 long years, over $3 million debt, and all you can do is leave a high debt plus 2 old trucks, a rake, and a machete. It's crazy. It's crazy. And there is absolutely no way anyone can sustain a town council unless they have great leadership to be able to move away from that. So that's what we found in 2018, a government that was extremely petty, spiteful. They did not find the true meaning or they did not find it in their heart to be able to help this PUP Town Council move forward. Every time we tried to seek financial assistance outside, the Ministry of Finance used to block it. As a matter of fact, I can clearly remember that when we won in 2018, for 3 months, we did not receive our subvention. 3 months. And every month after that, all we received was a little over $3,000. Why? Because we had to pay back a humongous bill.
The $3 million.
Yes, a humongous bill.
To a certain contractor.
80% used to go to that contractor for only 6 streets that were done, and it was poorly done. We had to go right back and fix those same streets, right back, right? So that is the type of legacy the UDP left back then. And you would want to come and convince me that I should put back the UDP when you already see the ball, the role of Corozal with infrastructure. It's impossible for anyone to give them another chance, you know.
And I hope people can see that, because that is so important for people to remember with what is happening now and the propaganda that I think they're trying, let's call it trying. They're trying to paint a picture of this and that. And once people remember exactly what it was like back then under their leadership, as you have pointed out right now, I think the choice is easy.
Well, Mr. Pook, right now, I mean, the difference is between night with them and day with us. So it's really clear and obvious, you know, really clear and obvious. And I'm sure that the people have realized that by now, because like I said, it's the difference between night and day.
Okay. What are some of the, right before we go for the break, we should have a break in the next 2 minutes or so. Tell us a bit about a few of the problems that have been more outstanding in these last 3 years that you have been.
Yeah, well, even to back to the first question,
right.
because that was the UDP, right? That was UDP pandemic. Then, yes, we got a friendly central government 2020, but then here comes the pandemic, COVID-19,
yes.
right? And everybody knows COVID-19 did not only hurt Corozal, it hurt the whole world,
yes,
the world's economy, right? And we had to sit again and depend on our great leadership and the proper financial management that we had set in place to be able to float through that, through that pandemic. So we decided to meet with the workers and listen to them, because we did not want to fire anyone, right? So together as a team, we decided, you know what, we will cut down on some salaries. That way we can sustain what we need to do. And that's what we did. But what I want people to realize is that for a set of workers to be able to come and decide together with their leader on what to do, you need good leadership for that, to convince them, And they saw the positive side of doing this. The only department that was getting their full salary was the sanitation workers. They were the only ones. And, I give kudos to them, because through the whole pandemic, they had to work normal. So those are the two things, major things that we had to face that really made it hard for us. Apart that, Corozal is one of those municipalities that have had one of the oldest and the poorest infrastructure, right? And for many years, we were at the back bench. We sat and nobody listened to us for 12 long years. The UDP did not see the sense, according to them. They couldn't envision Corozal differently, so they decided to push Corozal on aside and leave them there, without any assistance, without any help, without any leadership, So we end up with one of the oldest infrastructure. The streets were breaking up, They were not drains where they needed. And then we came and we decided, we have to fix this. You go right now on Olga Marin, it was a broken up street. Right now, if it's possible, even a plane could land on Olga Marin.
What?
Right? You go on G Street, right? It was a mess. You go right now and you can walk on that street and it's well paved. Right? You go on 4th Avenue, you go on 8th Street North, one of those areas where leads you to the sea. It was broken up. Actually, most of them were white mall roads. If you go on it right now, you would enjoy the walking and the view. On 1st Avenue, it's the same thing, But again, it takes good leadership and proper financial management to be able to do these things compared to them. So, that's the third point as what we had to go through. That because the UDP did not see the sense of wanting to help and boost the economy and come up with new ideas, creative ideas, and think out of the box to be able to put Corozal forward and improve its infrastructure, they put us on a side.
It sounds criminal.
It is criminal.
It sounds like people should be taken to court over those kinds of things. But what we need to do right now, Mayor, is take a short break, and when we return, we'll continue talking about the plans for Corozal,
No problem.
the different developments that are going to take place in Corozal. And I think right now I still have to get over all of the anger that's built up in me because of all of those things. So
Well, we had a...
we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
When I talk about less crime, when I talk about more jobs, free education in the institution. First time that born, not see me brothers and my sisters. Agriculture, food security, step and lock. Low income houses, sport for the youth them. So wanna come together, hand in hand, listen to me everyone. Wanna step and track, 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 wanna step and track. Think about a better belief for you and me. So just come out and vote for the PUP. But step on top, give them all you got. So just come out together, hand in hand. Listen to me, everyone. Let's go.
Hi, I am Mayor Rigo Vellos. I am honored to stand before you today as we embark on a journey together, a journey to continue progress, unity, and prosperity for our beloved Corozal town. Over the past term, our dedicated team has worked tirelessly to ensure Corozal is a better place for us. We have invested essentially on infrastructure, public service, and fostered a sense of community so that all of us can be proud. We believe in investing in our youth, creating opportunities for everyone, and to ensure Corozal Town remains vibrant, safe, and a prosperous community. We are committed to fostering an environment where local business thrive, job opportunities grow, and our residents can live a fulfilling life. As your mayor, I am here to serve you, listening to your concerns, working towards solutions, championing the needs of Corozal Town. Together, we can achieve great things. On March 6, I humbly ask for your vote of confidence once again. Let us all support a team that has worked extremely hard, a team that has shown the work, a team that you have believed on since 2018. Remember, working together, we can all be strong.
Four years ago, I was basically unemployed. A wanderer with no home. But now, I'm a husband and a father. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't know how you did it, Pops.
My job was a little less stressful than yours.
Oh yeah, I finally got a job. I'm the king of Atlantis. 500 million people from every known species in the sea call this place home. But that doesn't mean they all like me.
I'm gonna kill Aquaman and destroy everything he holds dear. I'm gonna murder his family and burn his kingdom to ash.
He must be stopped, or a global meltdown is imminent.
I think I know someone who might be able to help us. Ooh, you look rough.
Good job, little brother. High five. Do not call me brother. I cannot believe you let this happen.
Yeah, well, I hate this job.
True king builds bridges, right?
True king builds bridges.
We need to find Manta.
He's different now. Nope. He's stronger than before.
It's the Black Trident. During King Atlan's time, there were 7 kingdoms. And the Trident was a curse upon them all.
The Trident's dark magic is spreading.
He means to end the bloodline.
I don't know what lies ahead.
Wanna talk about less crime, wanna talk about more jobs, free education in the institution.
And it's step on track, 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 step on track. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? ¿Cómo están todos en sus casas? Are you tuned in? Are you watching? Are you on track? We are right here at the CTV3 studios. We are on the show right now, Meet the Candidates 2024, and we are all hyped up and geared up and excited and anticipating. We can't wait for March the 6th to come on. That's why we're drumming anything you'll see us come on the show. We stay on track, stay on track, stay on track. Because we know that it's going to be a big, big, big celebration. And everything Mayor Rigo has shared with us tonight points in that direction and no other. Mayor Rigo was just telling us a while ago about all the difficulties they have had as a town council under the previous administration, central administration, and how it improved over time. And we're going to talk a little bit right now about those improvements and the things that are coming up. But right before we jump into that, let me just remind you, we should have 3 segments. We're going to lump the last 2 segments into one big segment. So we're going to talk to Mayor Rigo for a while about some of those plans, some of those activities which are coming up. And in the final 15 minutes or so of the show, and again, I promise that we're going to stick to that time for tonight. So around, it's 8:30 right now, approximately, Mayor Rigo. So around 8:45, we're going to
Open the line.
well, yeah, exactly. Open the line so that people can start sharing with us, because we're sure that there's people in Corozal that want to call in and
Yes.
say something on the show, share something on the show. And we're very happy to be able to share, because the purpose of this show is for people to interact with us as much as we can. So that's what we're going to do. So without further ado, Mia, I want to know about the campaign. How has your campaign been going?
It's been really positive, honestly. People are really opening their doors. People are actually looking forward.
They get
But-
vexed if you don't visit.
Yes, and I will tell you, most of the campaign has been positive because they're congratulating us on all the hard work that we've been doing, you know. And one thing that gives me hope is when I go to a house and people ask me, okay, Beer, so you paved 33 streets. When
What?
will you pave mines? You know, it simply shows to me that, you know what, people have hope. People look at you and they see hope because they're asking you. They're doing 2 things: recognizing your hard work, because they tell you you don't pave so much streets. And the second one is they see hope in you that one day you will come and pave their streets also.
And you know what, Mayor? If you hadn't worked, if you hadn't done those 33 streets, if you hadn't cleaned those drains, kept the garbage and all of that, and the other projects, because I'm sure those are not the only
Yes.
things you've been doing, people wouldn't have that same attitude.
I agree.
They wouldn't welcome you.
I agree.
They'd chase you, they'd rail
Right.
up with you.
Right.
They'd tell you off.
The campaign, I'm telling you, I am enjoying the campaign.
And I work for you.
No. Actually, we were campaigning long before the time because we were on the grounds doing the work, interacting with people, asking people questions, you know, will this, if I do this, will it positively affect you, negatively affect you? Because we don't want to do anything that will negatively affect anyone.
You consult.
Right. We did our consultation. So the campaigning started a long time ago with people. And that made it very easy right now.
And that's another hallmark of these PUP slates that have been running. The fact that they're not just starting to do what they're doing right now as gimmicks, you know, the paving of streets and so on. You don't pave 33 streets in 3 months.
No.
That takes planning. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of resources that you have to optimize to be able to do that. So those 3 years that the Corozal state has been in has been spent working and planning to try to make things better for everybody. And this is the same thing that they're offering you in 24-27. It's the same slate practically. I think you have
one new
councillor.
Yes,
so it's the same group of people practically telling you, we're going to continue working. So people are responding very positively, Mayor.
Very positively. Opening their doors, welcoming us, congratulating us on their hard work. And I have to mention this, you know, because I have a boast. For many years, Orange Rock boasted about one thing when it comes to infrastructure, right? And that's their manual paving, right? But, you know, the people of Corozal have seen it happening at Corozal now. We are doing our own manual paving now, you know. So it's not only Orange Rock who get the chance to boast about it. It's not only Mayor Bull. And back then, Mayor Kevin, you know. But that's where I started to learn about manual paving through Mayor Kevin then, Honorable Kevin now, right? He made sure that we learned the process. You know, he used to bring me to Orange Rock and show me the process of how they're doing their manual paving. And I used to always imagine, man, I really hope that one day I can accomplish in getting this same idea at Corozal. And it's happening now.
There you go.
Right? It's happening now. And it makes you save a lot of money, right? Your own people do it. You interact with your own people, your own neighborhood around the area, you know. So it's something that we adopted, something very positive, that we have seen the fruits of it now at Corozal. So I want to make sure that I boast about this manual paving.
Boast by all means, Mayor.
Right?
Because Mayor Bull did mention that they're doing it and they have managed to do the number of streets that they've done because partly they do their own thing. So you don't have to be depending on Midage to come and do things for you or contractors that rack up huge bills.
And honestly, I don't have to depend on anyone. In 2018, I mentioned that we had 2 trucks, 1 machete, 1 rake. Well, guess what? Now, this present town council has boosted up its capacity. We have our own grader. We have our own roller, we have our own backhoe, we have our own water truck. The only thing we're left to forget, the water truck. And believe you me, if we could, we will. Because we want to be independent.
Of course.
Right? I mean, yes, it's really good that you have a friendly central government and they're always willing to help you. But at some point, you need to be independent and do your own work. You don't have to wait for anyone, you know. And also you show the people that whatever revenues you're collecting, you're investing it in making sure that there are machineries to improve infrastructure and everything else in Corozal.
You took the words right out of my mouth. People support a town council when they know that the resources that they have been contributing to the town with their financial contributions, with taxes, whatever it is. I mean, people pay for licenses, people pay for different things at town council. All of those things are being put, the resources that are gathered as a result of all of that are being put to good use. And I am so proud to hear that you've mentioned all of that, Mayor, because, lad, in comparison to what I was angry in the first segment when you tell me all about what happened to you people. And now, as you said, they're like night and day. All of the things that you have been able to accomplish now, the machinery you've been able to get, the equipment you've been able to get for your use.
Actually, Mr. Book, one spell, we had more machinery than MIDH at Corozal, you know. And I am proud to say that because it's our hard work, our vision together with the people of Corozal. You know, it's their revenues that got invested right back again. Right? And they can see those investments every single day on the ground. So it's very important to mention this part. You know, it's not my machinery. It's the machinery of the people of Corozal town. It's their money that we use to buy it. And it's their money being invested every time that grader goes on the ground. Every Corozalian should feel proud because it's their money working. Every time the backhoe is out there picking up garbage, Corozalian should feel proud because it's their money who bought all those machinery. You know, all it took was great leadership with proper financial management. Simple as that.
Key, important, strategic elements to any kind of organization if it's going to be successful. Mayor, your outlook for the new term, 24-27, you are going to be elected. That much is extremely clear. Some of the things that I know you want to put on the table are a continuation of the same maintenance elements that we've been mentioning.
Yes.
The streets that you've been paving, drains that need to be maintained, cleaning of the town, collecting of garbage, and so on. Tell us a little bit more about those plans that you have. I mentioned a few of them,
Yes.
but it's your show.
Definitely.
Tell us a bit more about
Definitely,
those
Mr.
things.
Pope. Let me start by saying this. No, I've been elected for 2 terms, 6 years. The first 3 years was under a UDP government. The second 3 years was under, in 2020, under a PUP government, and the pandemic came in. Now, I want to grade myself for the past 3 years, and I hope that people understand this, right? The past 3 years, we did 33 streets, 3 years, right? Despite having to go through a UDP central government and trying to recover from the pandemic. Because I don't believe anybody has fully recovered as yet. We're still on the last process of making sure that we fully recover.
No, you're right.
Right?
You're right.
33 streets got paved. Can anyone just imagine what can happen for 3 more years? We did our first paving January 2022, right? What happened 2021, we ensured that we plan, we save,
Right.
right?
You prepared?
Yes, we prepared strategically, and then we started paving 2022, our first street. You can only imagine 3 more years what can happen for Corozal when we have a municipality that 80 or 90% of their streets are white marl. 33 out of that percentage has been paved. How much more can be paved? Right? I can envision it, and I am sure that the Corozalinos can envision it, because they are experiencing this firsthand at Corozal. Right? Then, of course, the other ideas, because this is a town council that will not sit and wait for central government to bail them out the way how the past government used to do to the other town council. You know,
No thinking, no planning,
right.
no preparation.
We want to think out of the box. Why? Because young people expect that from you, right? They expect that from you. For you to be a leader that will think out of the box so that they can see a future, a brighter future, a better Corozal, right? So that the other people, the business people, can see and envision Corozal by the way how it would look once you boost the economy.
Right.
Because they depend on you to do that, right? They only contribute to it. Now, we are looking at something where we want to, like I said, think out of the box now. Something more modern for Corozal, right? We want to strategically get involved with our recreational spaces.
Okay.
Right. Where we can find ways to boost the economy. How? Tourism. Through tourism. We have this beautiful bay.
Yes, you do.
Right? Something that Orange Rock dreams to
I
have.
know.
Right?
Your councillors reminded us about it and tell us we have the sea, we have the bay. We don't got the river.
Unfortunately, it is true.
But
right?
it's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
It's a beautiful
It is.
bay.
It is. Every time you feel that bay breeze, you know you reach Corozal.
When you're driving in from Orange Walk, you know, on your way through Corozal, and you see how that sea shimmers in the sunlight, and you feel the breeze, like you're saying.
Well, we
Can't
want to concentrate on those spaces, you know, where we find ways to boost the economy through tourism, right? Something more modern for Corozal. A space where everybody would feel safe. A space where people can literally, especially the poor people who are trying their very best to be able to survive, where the town council would go and set up different kiosks and go to you and tell you, sir, you know what? I see you the cell panelists the other day. Won't you be interested in renting one of these kiosks and have a permanent spot to sell where you can make your ends meet every single day? I can go to the lady that sells rice and beans and tell her, miss, you know what? We want to invite you to the Chactemal Bayside Plaza for you to go and sell rice and beans.
At the kiosk.
Right? At the kiosk. You already started to create a little economy for it to
Yes,
flow.
of course.
You started to create life at Corozal. You know, you started to show the young people that, you know what, man, I just graduated from 6th form. Maybe I can make a loan and I start to get involved with tours. From Corozal, go to Tongo to Santa Rita, then move to Cerros, then move to Sartanea, then move to Bacalar Chico. So, you know, this is how you think out of the box and you create opportunities for young people and others out there to be able to think also, right? And so, you know what? I can literally become a young entrepreneur, right? Thanks to the ideas of the Corozal Town Council, right? This is what we want to bring Corozal. It's not only about paving streets and cleaning the drains.
That's a regular maintenance.
Right, that's a regular maintenance. But we need to think out of the box now to be able to boost the economy and give people opportunities.
That's what I think you call it in your manifesto.
Yes,
Economic revitalization of the town.
yes. And that's just one project. Of course, we will continue with infrastructure, paving more streets.
Cemeteries
yes,
and all of that.
very important, the drainage system. Because recently, we have seen Mother Nature behave extremely wild.
Yeah, climate change is terrible when it comes to predicting
That's a serious
weather patterns.
deal, climate change. And I would want everybody to start to prepare, right? Because I don't believe it will get better. Well, I will make sure Corozal prepares for that. Right? So we need a proper drainage system. Places that did not used to get flooded, they're getting flooded now. Places like Joseito, Santa Rita, those places did not used to get flooded.
Santa Rita's high.
Yes.
For the most part.
Even Joseito, right? But now they're getting flooded. So we have to prepare for that also. So we want to put proper drainage system. Because you know what, Mr. Pook? Every year we know the rainy season is coming. And every year we go through the headache of having to try to bail out water from certain areas. That has to stop. We need to prepare ourselves properly and build the right drainage system for our people, right? So apart from doing the streets, it is useless to have a pretty golden street and if you don't have drains because it won't last long.
Exactly.
Right? And I am the kind of man that when I start something, I want to finish and I want to do it the proper way one time, right? We don't have time to waste the revenues of our town and of our people. They want to see good leadership, then good. It will be done the first time and it will be done the proper way, right? So we want to continue with streets, the proper drainage system, continue to deal with the cemeteries and come up with new ideas where the young people can see light, where the young people can see value in themselves in making sure that, you know what, they can become a productive citizen of Corozal Town. Give them the opportunities. A lot of times that's all they need. You know, a little opportunity, a little push, right?
Where the economic heartbeat of Corozal will continue beating.
Yes.
Where everybody will be able to get something. You'll get people passing through, people coming to visit that will be able to have all of these attractions, will be able to enjoy cultural activities and food and all of that. You know, and at the same time, your Corozalians will be able to make a little more.
One of the things that keeps haunting us at Corozal is the migration of our own people. People keep going to San Pedro. People keep going to Plasencia because of work, you know, looking for those opportunities. I want to ensure that those people come back home, right? They come back home and they become productive citizens. And we need to build those opportunities, you know. If it's not impossible, Mr. Pook.
It just takes proper planning.
I am a believer of the invisible. And if you're a believer of the invisible, you're a believer of the impossible, right? So I am sure that this town council is committed in making sure that those things happen for the Corozalians.
And I am sure that you're going to make it happen. Now, Mayor, I promised that we would open phone lines. We're about 3 minutes late with that.
Man, I talk so much.
I did tell you. But when it flows, it flows, sir.
It's not the flow, but it's you know, expressing the amount of work that we have done. It will take more than an hour.
Yes,
and expressing our plans.
Well, I invited Mayor Bull and I'll invite you as well. After the elections are over, we need to continue these talks so that people can hear exactly what's going on. All right. As of now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be interrupting Mayor Rigo and we'll allow you to call in and share with us so that you can, again, whatever it is that you want to express for the show, go right ahead. So we'll continue talking, but I'll keep an eye on the phones and go right ahead and share. So feel free, please. Mayor, when it comes to talk about economic integration, I was telling you off camera that Councillor Balde was mentioning events and making sure that that is built into the schedule of what Corozal has to offer. Special events to bring in people where you have, I think he was telling me about the
Easter?
big band that came in the other day. The Sonora.
Sonora Dynamita.
Yes, and that there's more to come in that direction. Tell us a bit more
I
about
agree.
that, because that sounds exciting.
You know, Corozal is one of those destinations that has been set for Easter for the summer, right? And I must inform people.
All right, hold your thought, Mayor. I tell you we interrupt you, and we have the first call coming in. Yes, hello, good night. Welcome to Meet the Candidates 2024. Go right ahead and share.
Hello, good night. I just want to big up Mr. Rigo Vellos from Corozal and his slate and
Thank you.
track and PUP all the way.
All right, thank you so much. And you make sure you stay on track. All right. Just like on Tuesday night.
I know.
Heartening to hear that
Yes,
support that people
yes.
have for you.
Right. Yeah, so I was
We're talking
saying,
about events.
Yes, I was saying, we have already set a standard where everybody wants to come to Corozal. And why? Apart from all the entertainment, we are cheaper than San Pedro. We're cheaper than Placencia, cheaper than Kikaker. But yet, you get the same feeling. We have this beautiful bay, right? We have good food. We have humble people, right? And we have drinks like San Pedro and Kikaker and Placencia. So why not come to Corozal for Easter and the summer? I see Orange Rock people flood our bayside.
Yes, we do.
Right?
Yes, we do. Can't deny it. Sure. We go to Corozal.
Yes. So, events is very important and it boosts the economy also, right? But one thing that I am sure that it will boost our economy right now is because of the trust that the people have on us. They are seeing the work being done, so they will go and pay their taxes. They have gained that trust on Corozal Town Council. The business community has gained the trust that they want to collaborate with us with different events. They want to contribute for different events. So all those things will help boost the economy, and of course with the different ideas that you will set into place as a town council. So we are seeing a little boost on economy, and I am sure that the economy will boost even more after this.
Hold your thoughts for a while, Mayor. We have another call coming in. Yes, hello, good night. Welcome to Meet the Candidates 2024. Go right ahead.
Yes, good night. I would like to say some local words to the Mayor Rigo Vellos.
Okay.
And to congratulate him for the 6 years that he has been in the seat now.
Okay.
And for the hard work that he has been doing.
Okay.
Corozal is the first municipal town facing our border, Suriname, which is Mexico.
Yes.
And as so far as I've seen, the upliftment that has taken place is something that we all Corozalians must be proud of. It is showing that it is improving slowly but surely. It has a welcoming sight because at first with so much dilapidated streets, many Mexicans would think twice to come through to spend a bit of time and money.
Yes, ma'am.
But now it is welcoming and is very inviting. The hard work is seen as you go around Corozal. The upliftment, the facelift that has taken place, especially the marine side, which is along the seaside, right? And so many things have taken place during his tenure of the 6 years. And also the positive mindset that he has instilled in the young students.
Okay, excellent.
For instance, when for some programs he has been helping young students, show them the right way to earn their money.
Okay.
Then with a positive mentality.
Okay.
And that is something for young children growing up, because it shows them that with hard work, you get a little money, and it gives them they feel good when they get the energy come and they say, well, this has something in my pocket.
Yes, they do.
And having all these insights and being done to young children, it is a promising, it makes them a promising person for our country.
Okay.
So, as I said, we keep the town going full blue to continue the good work. We cannot get 2 steps front and go back 3, 4, 5 more. I mean, we have to be positive.
Yes.
So, congrats to Rigo and his team, because when you have one side.
Well, thank you very much for your call as well.
Coming together, we get it stronger.
All right. Thank you very much for your call, and you make sure stay on track, stay on track, stay on track. Have a good night.
Mr. Pope, that caller mentioned something very important, that Corozal is the first municipality you would meet as a tourist
when you come in from the border.
And I always say Corozal as the gates of Central America, actually, right? That's where you start.
That's a very interesting point.
Right, the gates of Central America. So it's very important for us to deal with infrastructure. And you deal with home, you set a good foundation first, then you market home.
Yes.
Right? Then you get tourism, right? So you have to plan it extremely well. But that caller mentioned something very, very important, that we are the first municipality that any tourist would see once they plan to come through Belize.
And she was also very complimentary about the way you've handled infrastructure.
Yes.
And kept young people in mind as well. We've been mentioning young people several times. Tell us a bit about the programs that you've been running for young people, because I think she mentioned summer jobs and so on.
Yes, we every year we have summer jobs. The first time we did it, we had a little less than 50. This last time we had over 70 or like 75 young students who participated during our summer program.
Okay.
Where we go, they do community service. Apart from community service, we have one special day where we meet and we try to encourage and motivate them, get motivational speakers to speak with them, guide them, and end of the week, they get a little stipend so that they can help their parents or themselves by buying their uniforms, their shoes, their bags, their exercise books, their textbooks, whatever it is that they need to get together before school opens. Also, we deal with young people through sports. This town council has invested a lot in sports. Why? I am a product of sport. I have to believe in investing in sport. It saved me from many different things as a young person. It guided me, it molded me, it gave me value.
Yep.
It allowed me to be someone in society. It allowed me to excel on what I love. So that's the same feeling any young people would feel the minute they have a leader that wants to invest on what they love, especially sports. We have our football, we have our right now baseball, softball, basketball.
But you have softball and all of that in Corozal as well, no?
Right now,
You're strong, really.
yes. Right
Tournaments?
now, well, for schools, for primary schools, right? We had one that recently finished like a month ago, and now they're having summer programs for baseball.
Oh, good.
For primary school students.
Hold the thought, man. Let's take the call. Yes, hello, good night. Welcome to Meet the Candidates 2024. Go right ahead and share.
Good night, sir. Well, I'm just calling to say kudos to Mr. Vellos. And definitely my family and I will support him. We have seen so much work happening here in Corozal, not just months before election, but from many months back. So we have seen a big difference in our town, and I am happy to be a Corozalian living in Corozal and seeing so much change that has been occurring. So we definitely will stay on track. And we want to thank Mr. Vellos again one more time for his hard work and for always supporting us to the media, the Corozalians here in Corozal. And he doesn't mind or care who it is, red or blue, he is going to give a job there at the council. And that is what I really admire about him. He doesn't look at color. He looks at the people and meets the people's needs as much as he could. So thank you again for this program, and thank you to the surveyor for the hard work that he has been doing. And of course, we will continue to support him. Continue to work in hard there, and we will always support you.
All right. Thank you very much. And you make sure you stay on track.
Definitely.
Have a good night.
Good night, sir.
All right. Isn't that wonderful, Mayor?
Yes.
I mean, the sentiment expressed by the caller just now, and the whole the way in which she's mentioning, she's proud to be a Corozalenia with so much work going on in the town.
Yes.
It's wonderful. And again, we've spoken about it already, but I want to underscore it again. When the town council works, people will support, people will vote, people will pay their taxes, people will cooperate, people will obey the laws, people will help. Let me take this card before I continue talking. Yes, hello, welcome to Meet the Candidates 2024. Go right ahead and
hi,
share.
good night. Yes, hi, good night.
Night. Go right ahead.
This is returning, going up for my second time concert, Valdemar Pech, no? Here pledging my full support to Mayor Rigo, and my brother there. And I have been here for 3 years and have seen the tireless work he has put in. I'm very dedicated to all the work here for everything in Corozal. And honestly, here in full support and willing to continue to work along with the mayor, no?
All right. Well, thank you for calling and sharing, Councillor Baldi. It's good to hear you again.
And keep up, and like what the mayor had said, no, in full support of this slate and Mayor Rigo. And 7th we will be returning as a council, no? Municipal council. So I say thanks for
That's
everything
right.
there, no?
Have you had your tortilla already?
Yeah, Morcia actually.
That sounds like you enjoy it.
That's right, sir. And Mayor, keep up the good work, my brother.
Thank you, Councillor.
Full support with you and walking along with you, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you so much for sharing, Councillor Baldi.
You bet.
All right, you have a good night, sir. All right, one of your councillors calling in to express support.
You ask him the wrong question. Once a food, trust me. Right front of the line.
I am teasing him about the tortilla because I think he mentioned for the show when he was on something about tortilla. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he stretched it a little bit. He said tortilla and morcia.
Yeah.
So he's enjoying that food tonight.
No, Councillor Pech has been one of those councillors who, even prior to becoming a councillor, he used to always reach out to the council and donated his time, wanting to help with wherever he could. He's no stranger to Corozal, no stranger to Corozal Town Council, even before becoming a councillor.
So becoming a politician is practically just a logical step for him.
Yes.
And that's what I heard from, for example, Councillor Otto. The same way.
Yes.
Dedicated gentleman, always gave to sports. Again, you gave to sports, he gave to sports. So it was a logical step for him to continue giving by way of offering himself for town council.
But it only shows why the PUP team is the better team right now.
Exactly.
We have had all the different experiences even prior to becoming politicians, to giving our time to the community, and to be there for the young people, regardless if it's sports or through education, whichever way. And mentioning about education, Mr. Pook, even through that, the Corozal Town Council has helped a lot of students, a lot of parents. We work very close together with the Ministry of Education, and whenever people reach to us wanting a little help to pay school fees, we recommend it and we send it to the Ministry of Education, and they have gotten great help. Great. We have helped more than 400 families in Corozal, yes, through the Ministry of Education. And believe you me, they appreciate it a lot. Because sometimes I walk on the street and people would meet me and say, Mayor, he said, you remember you paid me? I don't remember if I pay your school fees because I did it with so many different people, and I don't watch on your face. I don't ask you for your name. I just try to help because I know it's very important that you receive your education. you know. So all that you go through the campaign trail, people congratulating you, people reminding you of the help that you did for them. You know, I remember a time we were at an event in front of the town council, and this child came and he ran and he hugged my foot. I was sitting down, and I look at the little boy, and then here comes along the mother, and the mother said, Mayor.
Hold your thought
Yes,
right
sir.
there, Mayor. Let's go take the call. Yes, hello. Welcome to Meet the Candidates 2024. Go right ahead and share.
Good night, gentlemen. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, good night.
Good night.
Mr. Councilor Mike Montalvo.
Oh, hello, Councillor.
How is everything going, my brothers?
Good.
How are you doing in Corozal right now?
Well, I just had to sit down, they watch the program. Well, I guess you heard it from the mayor that all the wonderful job that he's having doing. No?
Yes, man.
Believe you me, like what I said when I was there, that when people said Rigo, they said, why this man is big man. But when they talk to him, they're like a humble giant. A humble giant. So,
Yes, that's what you call him, a humble giant.
Yes, so we have a lot of projects coming in the future, and like I said, we're just humbly asking the people for that support again, and we will surely touch more roads. And that project that he has been saying at Chaktamal, and the other one by the pier,
yeah,
those are projects that will uplift the local tourism basically in Corozal, no?
Right.
So I just hope that the people watching understand that this is not talk, this action happen. So we have a lot of things, good projects for Corozal coming. So I just want to tell the mayor, keep up the good work. I mean, after all, we're one team, right? And we fall under the PUP umbrella. So keep on track.
Moving forward.
Yes, sir. Good
All
night.
right.
And, take care.
Well, thank you, Councillor Mike, and you take care. Have a good night, sir.
Councillor Montalvo is one of those councillors who keeps fighting for the Corozalinos. So like, for him, it's never enough. More has to be done, right? His passion is about making sure that the Corozal town gets something.
But it's people like that you want behind your back.
Yes, he's
Taking
passionate about
care
getting
and
traffic lights for Corozal. You know, he's ensuring that happens, which is good because Corozal keeps growing every day. You know, and vehicles in Corozal is not a want anymore; it's a need. So everybody wants to, or it eventually ends up getting a vehicle.
You keep having years of expansion to the town, true?
Yes. And speaking about expansion, Mr. Pope, you know, this little history that I will mention right now, I want the young people to pay keen attention, right? Because a lot of young people don't really know how the different expansions came to Corozal. But I want to inform them that every single expansion was done under a PUP. Every single expansion, Rainbow Tongue, Rodney Mogale, Chula Vista, Joseito, Ermelinda, Venezuela, Dominguez, Baiza Layout. Every single extension was done under a PUP government. And why? Because we saw the need of more people owning lands and home, you know, and they need to realize that all these things happen because of a PUP government that cares. You know, they need to realize that PUP is the government that fights and puts things like industries in different municipalities. It was under a PUP that the free zone got built. It was under a PUP that we got the sugarcane industry and the papaya industry. It was under the UDP that Libertad closed down, and the papaya industry closed down, right?
They didn't pay attention to it. They weren't interested in it.
The broom factory in Corozal, the sewing factories it was under a PUP that those things happened, and under the UDP that those industries died. Those are the facts that we need to start to recognize as young people, because our problem as a young people is always employment. And if these things were still set in place, our parents would have jobs, and probably us would have jobs also.
You'd have options.
Yes, right. So it's very important for them to know all these information, where all these industries derive from, thanks to whom, under what leadership, right? All the different extensions, where it came, who did the hard work to ensure that these extensions were put into place for the Corozaleños.
And those extensions require planning.
Yes.
And they require a lot of thought to put into place, because when you're talking about extending your town, you're talking about more streets, you're talking about water, you're talking about electricity that has to accompany the new lots that you're going to be putting in.
The roads.
And then you have, for your town council, that's more work, because you have more garbage, more maintenance of the streets, and you know, it's not just a matter. It's not something that just one day you decide, oh, let's make an extension here, and then you bam, 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 and that's it. It requires a lot of planning and foresight. Acquiring the properties sometimes is, again, something of a challenge. On the issue that you mentioned of the free zone, under the UDP, that free zone was on its knees, struggling.
Yes.
Under the PUP administration of our Prime Minister right now, the free zone is back, flourishing, providing thousands of jobs, primarily to Corozaleños. Lots of people are visiting. You have plans right now for improvement of the roads, of the infrastructure within the zone. The zone is flourishing. Your point is well taken.
I will tell you, I am glad that when the COVID came, eventually we end up with a PUP government. That's the only way
we could have survived.
Yes, we could have survived. We would be in great trouble if we had stayed under a UDP, right?
Mayor, you have a lot of experience with a UDP government. You did
I do.
3 years under them, struggling, fighting, and struggling and fighting, and
I will tell
playing
you,
a balancing act.
that's why right now they don't like me. That's why right now they try every single thing in a mind, a little mind, to get me out, because I have proved them wrong. This town council and the Rigo Vellos have proved them wrong, that, you know what, it is possible. You know, it is possible to own your own grader, your own roller, your own machinery. You know, it is possible to grow the capacity of your council. It is possible that you can put proper financial management to be able to sustain a town council and pave 33 streets, something that has never happened in Corozal. You know, I have proved them wrong, so they don't like me, and that's okay, you know. For me, that's okay. I don't care if they dislike me for that, but I will tell them something. For as long as I'm living, I will stand in the way and allowing them to come back into office to disrupt the positiveness, to disrupt this good thing that is happening for my Corozaleños.
The development,
yes,
the betterment,
right,
the improvement.
Yes. So,
well, on that note, Mayor, we are almost at 9:15, and I think usually that's our cutting off point. But it's your show right now, so I want to ask if you have any last words for your Corozal public and the public in general, because again, we're on the air, on cable and via social media all over the country right now. But your final words.
First of all, I want to encourage everyone through the whole country of Belize, especially Corozal, to take time on March 6th and to come out and vote. This is your time to share your voice. This is your time to defend what is yours, what is rightfully yours, which is proper development for Corozal under a PUP town council.
Hold the last shot. I'll take one last call, just because this person called right now. Yes, hello, welcome to Meet the Candidates 2024. Go right ahead and share.
Buenas noches. Quería saludar a Rigo Vellos, que es uno de los campeones, y estoy orgulloso de mi partido, y que viva PUP.
Okay, muchas gracias. And thank you for calling. Have a good night.
Good night.
All right, stay on track indeed. Sorry, Mia, and we won't take any more calls, by the way, people who are out there in TV land and radio land, because I was just telling Mia to give us his final words. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay. Go ahead. That's okay. So this is on this March 6th. This is your opportunity to fight for what good is happening at Corozal. You know, to send a strong message to everyone that you don't plan to change something that is not broken.
Aye, man.
Right? The ball is rolling. We see vast infrastructure works happening. We don't need that to stop. What we need is for it to happen even more, to multiply. And for that to happen, it's very important for you to go and give your vote of confidence to the team that has started to show you that they are committed, that they mean hard work, and they are willing to go the extra mile to ensure that Corozal comes under a good development, that they have good leadership, that they have proper financial management to be able to sustain their different ideas, you know. So on March 6th, I want to ask you to come out and vote for Team Rigo, PUP 7. This is your opportunity, your time to go out there and do the right thing to ensure that we never again, and I will repeat, that we never again experience a UDP Town Council that will do absolutely nothing. They proved that to us for 12 long years. Compare that to 6 years of good development of what you're experiencing right now, from night to day. And me, myself, Rigo Vellos, I stand here today and ask you for the vote because I want to continue to walk the streets and I want to continue going to that dirty, muddy drain and continue to clean it. Because me, Rigo Vellos, I want to ask you for the vote once again because I want to go out there and shovel the gravel and pave the streets and pick up the garbage with my sanitation workers the way I've been doing it for the past 6 years. And I have no shame on saying that. I am willing to go out there and get my hands dirty because that's who I am. I enjoy my job and I will forever be committed in making sure that I do my utmost best as a leader and encourage my team to work hard to bring development to my beautiful town of Corozal. So stay on track. And juntos seguimos avanzando. And on March 6th, we will be victorious because the people will speak very clearly and they will sing a strong message that we don't plan to fix something that is not broken. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, especially those of you in Corozal, nobody could have said it better. Mayor, wonderful words. Absolutely wonderful, sir. And I am sure that Corozal is listening, and on March the 6th, they are going to stay on track, stay on track, stay on track.
Well, they will continue to walk on those good roads, you know, Mr. Pook, right? And the truth of the matter is that we've paved 33 streets right now, but yet we still have some that will be paved in these couple days, right? It's over 6 miles of street works that we've been doing.
Wow.
So the Corozalians will be reminded of the good work up to the last day. Even on elections day, the UDP will have to stand on good ground, done by the PUP.
Imagine.
Right?
And even they are going to benefit from the good work that you will be doing.
And I didn't want to say it, but you know, they have a lot of UDPs out there that have recognized and respect our hard work. And they know what this team brings to the table, and they will go out and support. I did not want to say that, but even they are experiencing the good development.
Maybe they're going to tell those people, you know what? The damn people, they do all of the work, the damn people got it.
Correct.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yes.
Open your eyes.
Correct.
Come on.
Correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we want to thank you for watching tonight. We want to thank especially the callers who have participated tonight and all the other nights. Next week, Wednesday, March the 6th, is going to be Election Day. We will be back at CTV3 with a special night of elections coverage. I think we start during the day and continue in the night until the votes are counted, so that you'll be kept abreast of everything that's happening, of the different developments in the different towns. And we want to invite you to tune in so that you can participate, so that you can be a part of that special show. Eyes on the Ballot, they're telling me, is the name of the show. Eyes on the Ballot. We're going to focus on elections coverage, especially for you. So on that note, we want to wish everybody the best. We hope that we can continue talking to the town councils in Orange Walk and Corozal after elections, so that they can tell us about what they're doing. They can update us about their plans and all of those things. So hopefully we can see more of these shows in the course of the 2024-2027 term. So, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, make sure you're ready for vote on March the 6th. Come out, support, vote blue, blue, blue down the line. Because when you vote blue, you get development, you get improvement, you get dynamism, you get commitment, you get responsibility, you get candidates who are serious, who are mature, candidates who will deliver. Ladies and gentlemen, there is absolutely no choice for you to make. There is only one thing left for you to do. Walk into that polling station on March the 6th. Put your X next to the blue. Bring back Team Rigo. Bring back Team Bull. Orange Walk and Corozal will be all the better for it.
Juntos seguimos avanzando, Mr. Pope.
That's right. And on that note, we want to say good night. And we hope to see you again March the 6th as we continue our eyes on the ballot. Have a wonderful night, ladies and gentlemen, and a wonderful rest of the week. Stay healthy, do wonderful things, be nice to people, go out and vote, okay?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
Always believe in God.
That's right. Have a wonderful night, everybody, and I will leave you with my drumming because I'm happy that we're going to stay on track, 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 stay.
Step on track, 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 step on track. Wanna talk about less crimes, wanna talk about more jobs, free education in the institution. First time not born, not see me brothers and my sisters. Agriculture, food security, step and lock. Low income houses, sport for the youth them. So wanna come together hand in hand, listen to me everyone. Wanna step on track, 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 wanna step on track. Think about a better belief for you and me. So just come out and vote for the PUP. Come step on top, give them all you got. So just come out together hand in hand, listen to me everyone. Let's go! Step on track, 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 step on track. Wanna talk about less crimes, wanna talk about more jobs, free education in the institution. First time not born, not see me brothers and my sisters. Agriculture, food security, step and lock. Low income houses, sport for the youth them. So wanna come together hand in hand, listen to me everyone. Wanna step on track, 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 wanna step on track. Think about a better belief for you and me. So just come out and vote for the PUP. Come step on top, give them all you got. So just come out together hand in hand, listen to me everyone. Let's go!